Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and what an arresting image we have today. Many of you will immediately go, it's a work by Piet Mondrian, the Dutch abstract artist who specialised very much in these grids divided into rectangles of red, yellow, blue, black and white. Fantastic. You may guess from just looking at this puzzle that if this is a Sudoku, and it's a form of Sudoku, that it's by Michael Lefkowitz, aka Juggler, because this is the sort of thing he does. And I just love the idea. I don't care if this is a terrible puzzle, it's going on the channel because that image is fantastic. Do wait till I explain the rules if you want to understand them, or play the puzzle yourself by clicking on the link under the video. Now, today is the 1st of December, and we have launched our new Sudoku hunt on Patreon. It's based on The Wind in the Willows, and you have to help Mr. Mole find his way through all the puzzles and then to open his advent calendar. Poor fella's a little nearsighted, so he could really appreciate some help with the advent calendar. And if you can get through the whole hunt and enter it by the 20th of December, several days before Christmas, you may have the chance of a special present of being chosen to solve a video with Simon in a collaboration. So do join us on Patreon. There's other great stuff there, connections and crossword videos, of course. And there are links under the video also to Sven's Sudoku pad and our merchandise. Is there a link to the merch? I'm going to put up a link to the merch. We're not sure whether the supplier has got better, so there's a little bit of risk attached, but not. I think they have got better. So I'm putting up a link to the merch today. You can check it out. But there's also a link to all of our apps, and they are brilliant, and they are definitely present-worthy and good fun. And also, of course, along with the apps and Classic Sudoku 2, the latest one, are the worms, and they include a worm not only by Phistomefel, but also by today's constructor, Michael Lefkowitz. So if you enjoyed today's puzzle, get his worm. I mean, what is it, $3 or something? Oh, it's worth it. Anyway, now, 1st of December, and yeah, there's another thing being released today, and we've been asked to mention this by Mr. Mango. It's crossword related, and Mr. Mango is a name a bit like Mr. Magoo, my normal pseudonym for crosswords. Mr. Mango has created a 25 by 25 crossword, big old crossword, cryptic, and also an advent calendar of his own of Sudoku puzzles. So they're going to be released on his site from the 1st to the 24th, and this is in aid of charity. He's trying to raise £1,000 for his charity, and I wish him luck. I really do. And talking of charity, there is another story that's come to our attention, and that is a couple of days ago, Chris Lancaster, longtime friend and constructor of crosswords for the Magpie, the magazine that Simon and I formed many years ago and is still running. He's been the puzzles editor of the Daily Telegraph for about 10 years, I think, and he's written an article about his degeneration under the ravages of motor neurone disease. It's incredibly heartrending. I mean, it's written in as upbeat way as possible, but it's a cruel disease, and our heart goes out to Chris and his wife, Emma, and his family. I will post a link to that article under the video as well, and maybe you'll be able to read that if you wanted. And the Telegraph are raising money for that charity too, but I'm not particularly telling you where to spend your money at all. I'm just bringing it to your attention. So good luck to Mr. Mango, good luck to Chris Lancaster, obviously, but good luck to us having a go at Michael Lefkowitz's puzzle today, where I am now going to read the rules, and they are fascinating. So not normal Sudoku rules apply today. Today, Place a digit from 0 to 9 in each non-black cell of the puzzle so that no digit repeats in a row or column. Okay, we can understand that rule. 0 was involved, remember. Regions of the same colour have the same sum. White is a colour, so that region has the same sum as this region and this one. And obviously the blues have the same sum as each other, etc. Black is not a region. Remember, we're only placing digits in non-black cells. Along diagonal lines, digits increase in one direction. So they're thermos in one direction or another. And small square outlines, you can see these in the puzzle, they all contain different digits. And those are the rules. It doesn't seem like enough for this crazy artistic puzzle. I don't think this is a representation of a particular Mondrian picture, and I'd love it if you'd correct me in the comments. But Mondrian made so many of these that it would be very hard to actually rigorously check that, I think. It is nonetheless an incredibly accurate depiction of the style of Mondrian's abstract paintings. And I think it's brilliant. I love it. Right, let's get cracking. Right. Well, it's got to be, I think, about equivalences. Oh, red. First of all, the grid is not 9 by 9. That is 8 cells. And this is 10. The grid is 8 by 10. There are 80 cells in the grid instead of the normal 81. Anyway, that's worth bearing in mind. But this is a 4 by 4 square containing 16 digits. And apparently that's equivalent to this 3 by 1 square containing 3 different digits. So we could have repeats within this region. In fact, we're going to have to. There's 16 cells in it, and we're only using the digits 0 to 9. So the absolute minimum here, 0, 1, 2, 3 in every row, and that's 6 times 4 is 24, and of course that is the total of the maximum of 3 Sudoku digits. Oh, that's a great start. So those are a 7, 8, 9 triple. I hope you're going to be able to see my pencil marking, especially when we get into the blues. The digits here must all be 0, 1, 2, 3. That's weird. That's a weird start, but it's right, isn't it? 6 times 4 is 24. 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. That 4 times is 24. And 9 plus 8 plus 7 is 24. Okay, well, that is right. The bringing of 0 into the picture really has reduced dramatically the minima. So this, for instance, could be 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, and only add up to 6, which is ridiculous for a 6-cell cage. I'm using the word cage. I know it's not really a cage. How are we ever going to disambiguate anything, by the way? Oh, these lines. Yeah, that's... Well, and we've got those squares, the little squares in the rule. Oh, gosh, this is such a strange puzzle. Why am I... I'm off center with my grid markings. That's very odd. When I'm tabbing around the grid, I'm very off center for these cells. Why has that happened? Something happened when I clicked start the puzzle. Let me just start it again. Yeah, it kind of expands at me. And then I'm off center. I don't think I was off center at the beginning. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's the browser I'm in. I'm going to carry on. Sorry. Just wondering about that. Anyway. Ah, look, these cells now cannot be 0, 1, 2, 3 in the row or 9, 8, 7 in the column. And that goes for all of them. That must be a set of 4, 5, 6. Ah, brilliant. Right. Well, we're on to something there. That means, because they have to differ for the column where you're not allowed to repeat, they are 4, 5, and 6. Those add up to 15. What is the... Look, I'm looking over here at these two white cages of 2 cells each. They have a minimum... No, they have a maximum of 15 each, because these 4 digits could be 6, 7, 8, 9, adding up to 30. That's the maximum. In the column, they all have to be different. So the maximum for those 2 cages is 30. So the maximum for any one cage is 15, and that's clearly the minimum for this cage, and that digit is a 0, which is our first digit in the grid. And now all the whites add up to 15. Oh, and this one, these 2 cells C 0, 1, 2, 3. So they're at least 4, 5. That's 9 plus 0, 1, 0, 1. That would only be 11. Oh, but all the 2 cell white cages must be either 6, 9 or 7, 8, because each of them is at least in the same row or column. Now, what does that do for us? Not half enough. Ah, okay, thinking of this thingy as a thermo is actually quite helpful to me. It's going to decide, I'm not sure that it's going to place all the digits in this red area, but it's certainly going to help. Because along this line, we must have the numbers 0, 1, 2, and 3. They can't start from there, going ascending northeast, because that digit would have to be less than 0. So they must start here, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then this digit has to be more than 3. It also can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9 in the column. So that is 4 or 5. Oh, good, there is some clarity on there. This is thanks to Sven putting a little white outline around the pencil marks. Sven's a genius, by the way. Right, 0 comes out of those cells because it sees them all. 1 comes out of those ones because 1 there sees those in the row and column. 2 out of those, 3 out of these. Now we're still left with 2 candidates in each cell. Oh, this square thing is going to somehow fix that. This is going to be a 1 or a 2. And then I have a feeling this whole box is going to fall into place. That feels mad as well. I don't think I've understood this puzzle at all, by the way. I've understood some of it. Now, 6, 7, 8, 9 are a quad there and here. But this is a column where we're going to put 10 digits in. So these others are a set of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm going to have to do maths on the whole. Okay, there are 4 columns in this puzzle in which we're entering all the digits. Now, the secret to a column in this puzzle is the same total as to a row, column or box in a normal Sudoku, because we're still using the digits 1 to 9. We've only added in 0, but they clearly add up to 45 for each of these 4 columns. 45 times 4, I know from experience, is 180. So the sum of all of this set is 180. Now, how many 15s am I deducting out of that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what 7 15s is. 105. So we had 180 for the 4 columns. The white cells add up to 105. That leaves 75. Tell me if I get the maths wrong. These red cells in those 4 columns add up to 12. 0, 1, 2, 3 twice. 75 minus 12 is 63. And that is the total of the 2 yellows, blue, and this cell is 63. How does that help? I don't know. Now I'm thinking maybe I should just have done these 3 columns, because it doesn't involve that rando cell. Oh, first of all, this cage adds up to 15, and it can't have 0, 1, 2, and 3 in it, and the digits are all different. That's 4, 5, 6. So there's no 6 in those cells, and that means that one of these is a 7, 8 cage. Oh, hang on. I was about to make a heroic assumption that these digits are 6, 7, 8, and 9 in some order. And I can't do that, because they could both be 7, 8 cages. Okay, 6 coming out of those cells means 9 can come out of these ones. And that does limit their variability in terms of these 3 columns. Oh, hang on, I could also write 7, 8, or 9 in that, and that's this rando cell. It's not quite so rando anymore. Oh, I've also got this line jobby. This must be lower than that. You couldn't make this a 6 and have that be higher. So we're definitely ascending as we go northeast this time. This digit can't be 0, 1, 2, or 3. That is 4 or 5. This is 5 or 6. This is 6, 7, or 8. And this is not 6. This is 7, 8, or 9. And that got me some candidates in blue. Blue seems very vaguely unsatisfactory to me at the moment. I don't know. Am I totally missing the point here? I probably am. I'm going to add these 3 columns in case that's the right thing to do. And then deduct, right, 3 columns is 105. Let's deduct out 1, 2, 3, 4 lots of 15. That's 60. That leaves 45. Oh, by the way, 3 columns is not 105. It's 135. We deduct 60 and we're left with 75. For the 2 yellows, blue, those which add up to 6, so 69 for the 2 yellows, blue, and those 2 cells. I don't know how this is going to help. I might be able to come up with some weird simultaneous equations, but... Oh, look, this is a 6, 7, 8 triple. Maybe there's better Sudoku to do. These digits are from 4, 5, 9. Oh, look, this could this possibly be a 9, 4 pair? If these were 0, 1, 0, 1, that would make the cage add up to 15. Ah. Am I meant to be able to tell what blue is? I can't tell what blue is. There's this that adds up to 15. That's not going to be... Well, hang on. This digit can't be more than 5 again. No, this isn't helpful. These are limiting how big this can be, but these are limiting how small that can be. Is that helpful? This can't be a 4, 5, 6 cage, by the way. It would break that cell. No, I think this could go up to anything, and that could go down to anything, and that makes this undeducible, if that's a word. Probably isn't. Oh, hang on. 0, 1, 2, 3 are looking at these cells in the row. That is a 4, 5 pair. Those can't have 4 and 5 in. Right, now let's try and compare these 2 yellows. This one, these cells also... Is this getting interesting? I don't think it is, but these cells also can't be from 0, 1, 2, 3, so they're at least 4, 5. So the box adds up to a minimum of 18. So this box has to add up to a minimum of 18, but it can only get a maximum of 5 there. So these two cells have a minimum of 13. Now I'd love it if that meant they were 6, 7. Well, it's quite interesting because I was postulating that this was a 4-5 pair. If that's a 4-5 pair, and these have to add up to at least 13, then they are 6, 7. Because they can't be 8, 5 or 9, 4. That's if they have to add up to exactly 13, actually. No, okay, the point there is, these are at least 4, 5. Actually, I've just thought of something. These can't be a 4-5 pair. Because, that's really weird. Because this thermo wouldn't work. Because if this was a 4-5 pair, and this box consisted of 2 4s and 2 5s, fine, you could actually put 2 4s there, but then you'd be putting 2 5s here, or 2 4s, and the thermo wouldn't work. So there's got to be more than 2 4s and 2 5s, which added up to 18. This box must add up to at least 19. And that means these two cells have to add up to at least 14. Now, how could they have a 5 in? Yeah, they bloomin' could as well. They could be 5, 9 with 4, 6 here. This would be a 7, 8 pair, and I think that's legal. Oh, in fact, these are a pair adding up to 15. Okay, I'm going to try colouring white cages. I don't think this is going to go very far, but let's call that the green variety of white. This is, imagine that was 6, 7, 8. This would have to be 6 and 9. So these would both be from the grey variety of white. So these would be from the grey variety of white. I don't know whether it's 6, 9 or 7, 8, but I'm calling one of the varieties of 2 cell 15 cage grey and one of them green. These are now 2 grey cells looking at these cells, so these are green. That's got 2 grey cells looking at these, so these are grey. So any digits from 6, 7, 8, 9 up here are green. That might be interesting. It might not. I don't know quite what this means. I'm sorry. Just bear with me. Let's go again. 4, 5, 4, 6. 19 is the minimum. These would then have to add up to at least 14. If this is any higher, these digits would have to be adding up to at least 15. They can't add up to more than 15 because of this pair. That's taken exactly 15 of the digits that add up to 30, because these are both from the same family of 15 making. So the maximum that these can add up to is 15, but the minimum that this cage can add up to is 19, and the maximum this cage can add up to is 20 now. So these do add up to either 15 or 14. These are 3, 2 or 3, 1. There's definitely a 3 in use. We know that's 4, 5. This is now either 4, 6, 4, 7 or 5, 6. It adds up to 10 or 11, because that's what the 1 degree of freedom tells me. These can't use anything from 0, 1, 2 or 3, so they have to be bigger. Oh, we're going to be able to balance those off. These are going to be 0, 1, 2, 3 down here. If you tried to use anything from 0, 1, 2, 3. You're never going to get this total up to 19. 3, 2 and 3 is 8, plus 9 is 17. Oh no, we're not going to be able to balance these off because, oh, these don't include 4, 5. We're nearly going to be able to balance these off. Right, what am I talking about? I'm saying that for these two columns, which add up to 90, we've used 30 there, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've used 6 here, 0, 1, 2, 3. This pair adds up to 15 because they're a grey pair that can't be the same digit. So 30, 15 and 6 is 21. 51 we've added up to here out of the 90 in the columns. If these are both 19, that gets us up to 89. These add up to 1. They would be 0, 1. Oh, bother. If these add up to 20, no, this is going to help. If these add up to 20, what have we got? 30, 45, 51. If these were both 20, we'd have bust it. We'd have gone to 91. That's it. These both yellow cages add up to 19, and that is a 4, 6 pair to do that. And these add up to 9. No. This cage adds up to 19. No, now I know what these add up to. Let's do it again. 19, 38 for yellow. 30 there, 68. Another 15 here, 83. Another 6 here, 89. These add up to 1. They are a 0, 1 pair. There's no 1 in these cells. They add up to 4, 5. And these add up to 14 and they don't use a 6. They are 5, 9. Right. Now I can delete 9 out of these cells and 6. Grey is 7, 8 as a pair. And that's a 7, 8. This is a 6, 9 pair. This is a 6, 9 pair in the rows. That is a 7, 8 pair in grey. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of the grey-green colouring because it's messing up the Piet Mondrian picture. Right, on this... Oh, yeah, there are 2 4s in this box, and they're not in that diagonal direction. They're in that diagonal direction. Then we can put in 5 and 6, and that makes sense of 5, 9, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, we've had 0, 1 down here. If that was a 4, 5 pair, 9, 10, this would be a 3, 2 pair. If this used 9... Oh yeah, no, that's still... I don't understand. How can that work? There's such a difference between 4, 5 and 4, 9. There can't be a difference of 4 here. Between 0, 1 and 2, 3, there is. That's incredibly annoying. But I'm going to have to think about blue colours. Oh, hang on. Now I know yellow is 19. Is that any help here? This digit can't be 6, 7, 8 or 9. This one can't be 0, 1, 2 or 3. And that one can't be those either. Right, this adds up to 19. Those have to be at least a 4, 5 pair, equals 9. That's at least a 7, equals 16. That's a maximum 3. That's not quite as much information as I was hoping to have deduced there. Oh, look at this line. 6, 7 or 8 there. Oh, that's fine. That hasn't changed anything. Don't look at this line. Look somewhere else. That digit's a 5. It's sitting next to 6 and 4 in the row. That does nothing in the puzzle. That can't be 0 because of this. I am going to have to think about blues, and I'm terrified because I don't know anything about blues. This adding up to 15, I've looked at that. It wasn't interesting. Maybe I can work. Oh, the squares. The squares. I haven't looked at them at all in ages. Look, 7, 8 or 9. That is a set of 6. In fact, that's a set of 7, 8, 9 in the squares. So that digit has to be a 6. Well, that's interesting. That makes this a 9. This not a 9. This not a 6. That's now a 7, 8 pair up there. So we've now had 6, 7, 8, 9 in the squares. Oh, that's going to have to be a 4. That gives me a bit of Sudoku. Now, what are the... We've had 5 there. 4, 5, 6. A 7, 8 pair now here. So that's 9 in the corner. And now this can't... None of these can be 9. 9... Hang on, this adds up, 19, not 15. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that yet. And in the lower digit squares, we've got a 1 or a 2, a 2 or a 3, and a 0, 1, 2, or 3. There's not a 10th square, I don't think. So as long as we keep them different, we're okay. Oh, goodness. I'm going to have to do blues. I don't want to do blues. Oh, yes, I do. I want to do my original calculation, and I'll know what... Well, I'll know within 1 what blue is. Okay, I do want to do blues. Right, these 3 columns add up to 135. No. Yes. No. These 2 columns add up to 90. Why am I doing it that way? Yeah, okay, these 2 columns add up to 90. That's fine. Then I can deduct 14 down here, because we know that adds up to 1. So this part of the cage adds up to 14. And 6 here. That's 20 deducted from 90. That leaves 70. Then we know exactly what these add up to, which is 39. 70 minus 39 leaves 31. 31 minus these 2 leaves us on either 18 or 17. And that's what blue adds up to, either 18 or 17. And that's going to include this cage adding up to either 18 or 17. That can't be a 6 by bloomin' Sudoku. So on this thermo, that's a 7 and that's an 8, and that gets something done. And that 7 actually fixes this cage. Now we've got 7 in a square. That gives me 8 in a square over here. That's not going to ramify anywhere. 17 or 18 in blue. This can't be 4. I'm going to say that. I don't think I can go further, annoyingly. This can't be 4 because if it was a 4, they would add up to 11. You can't get these to add up to the 7 that I need. I mean, there must be some easier way of seeing that I'm not seeing. I don't know. I don't know what it is. That can't be 9. I've only just noticed that. This now can't be 7, so this can't be 8. I mean, I might as well take these tiny little wins in case they yield something. I don't really understand how I'm meant to go about these bits, but I've got to figure it out next. So, this cage adds up to 19. 19. We've got a 7 or 8 in it. I was going to say that can't be 7 or 8, but it could, because these could be 4 and 0. Oh, that's known, actually. We've got a 7 at the top. That's an 8. That is known. Okay, these 3 cells now add up to 11. Well, they can't. This can't be a 3, or both the others would have to be 4s. And we've got other digits in the row. Is that any... Oh, and these squares, we've had a 4. We've just got the low ones to sort out. They have to be different. It's not useful yet. I feel like I'm missing something now. I know you probably know what it is. I don't. If this is a 9, it's so stressing. Then you've got 0, 1 here. Then you'd have 0, 1 here, and that would be a 2. And these would have to add to 9. They would be 4 and 5. And that would break this cell. This can't be a 2, because those would have to be 4 and 5 to make yellow work, and that would break this cell now. So that's not a 2. Now, this was important for some other reason. I think I said if this was a 9, yes. Now this can't be 0 or 1. We've got a 0, 1 pair in this row. And once this is at least 2, this can't be a 9. 9, 4, 2, and 1 here adds to 16, so that cannot be a 9. So we've got a 4, 5 pair in the row. That's a 6. This is 5. That's 4. On the thermo, that's now 4. That fixes 5 and 4 here. Isn't it incredible the way juggler puzzles come together? These are now a minimum 5, 6 pair, which is also the maximum for the rest of this cage, and that's a 0 in the corner. That makes that a 1. That's 0. This is now not 0. This is not 4 or 5. That's a 9. Right, and I said something about what the blues were going to have to add up to, but I hope that's going to get proved by the columns, because that would be simpler. I don't know what it is. I do know that I've got a 2, 3 pair in the squares, so that digit has to be a 1, and I'm hoping that's going to resolve the whole of this big red square. It looks like it does. Because I didn't know what else could possibly do all the Sudoku here, but that's done it all. 3, 1, 2. There we go. All the red's done. Now this is not allowed to be 9 anymore, and that's not 6. This is not allowed to be 9, so they're resolved. Now this white is resolved. I've got this white down here that has to add to 15 that I haven't thought about in ages. So these two add up to 11. And this digit can't be 9, 8, 7, 6, 0, 4, or 5. That is 1, 2, or 3. So it's not 1, and this is 8 or 9, and these two add up to 11. And that is weirdly not resolved. Can I use this 2, 3 pair on the squares? No. I'm going to have to work out what blue adds up to. I don't understand why I haven't... Oh no, I start here. This white cage has to add up to 15. 9, 10. These are a 3, 2 pair. That's what's happening. And now that has to be 1, and this has to be 0. And now I know what white is, what blue is. It's 17. So I will take that across here in a moment when I have... There's nothing... Oh, 7 is looking at that one. I've done this 8, 7 pair at least. Doesn't look like I can do anything else on the right. These are only going to get resolved by this square, which is going to get resolved when this gets resolved. I think I'm going to have to do the blue cage next, because I can't see anything else to do. This digit sees 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, 0, 2 and 3. That is 5 or 6. This one is a naked single. Sees 0, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, 3. That is a 4. Now that doesn't make this a 5. It might affect this. Well, this looks like 1, 2, or 3 now. So now we have to make this cage add up to 17. If we used all the maxima, 4, 6, 5, and 3, that would be 18. That's weird. I thought this would just do itself. If this was a 5, that would have to be a 4. And then you can't get up to 17. So that's not a 5, that's a 6. That fixes 5 and 6 in the bottom row. Ten. These add up to 7. They are either 4-3 or 5-2. That is not a 1. And now I feel like I'm at a complete impasse, and I'm not. Maybe because of that 9? Well, that sorts out 5 and 9 up there, and I hadn't seen that. But it doesn't sort out the 2-3 pair. This one is dependent on that. Hang on. How am I still missing something here? This is a 4 plus 11. This is 10 plus 7. This thermo is not resolving that. The other thermos are all done. The squares are all done apart from the 2-3 pair. This is quite worrying. I feel like I've got something wrong now, which is really quite concerning at this point, because I don't see how... Have I got one digit looking at some of these that fix them? Oh, yes, I have. I've got a 4, thank goodness, looking there at this. That 4 I kept seeing and going, it's not looking at that. It has no bearing. That 4 does, though. That's a 5. That's a 2. That gives me 3 here. 8 to make the cage work. This is 2. 3 in the square gives me 2 in the other square. And this is a 3. And that is Sudoku en rouge, jaune, bleu et noir. And that is absolutely fantastic by Michael Lefkowitz. It's so clever. It's so clever to create that and then to make it a workable Sudoku with so few clues in it. Brilliant. Brilliant, Michael. Thank you. And thank you guys for watching us. Don't forget the Wind in the Willows on Patreon. See you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.